Hello and welcome you all once again to the GATE Academy. So today we are going to begin learning, discussing and understanding perhaps the most important part or the most important building block of any language, and for so English language as well, which is the parts of speech. Now the obvious question that must be coming to your mind is, what is a part of speech or what are parts of speech? To put it very simply, in the English language, a part of speech is just a type or a category defined for any word. That is, there is a particular category in which every word in a sentence in the English language is put, which once we are able to understand what that word is, how it is to be used, we can easily understand how to form words, how to form phrases, and eventually how to form proper meaningful sentences in the English language. And of course, if we understand the details and some of the complexities, mind you, they are not so complex. Once we practice them, we will find that the parts of speech are easy to master if we practice regularly. So once we are able to understand the small rules, and sometimes there are exceptions to some rules of English language in different parts of speech, then we can understand and remember that for which particular context, in which particular situation, for which particular types of word or words, how those words are to be used. And then we can easily be able to even not only understand complex and long texts in any book or any paper or any chapter, but at the same time we will find that gradually we will be able to write longer texts fluently and meaningfully in English. And of course, the most important part, questions related to parts of speech appear every year in important competitive exams like GATE and in other important competitive exams as well. And once you are able to understand these basic rules and practice these basic rules related to each and every part of speech, you will find that solving questions related to parts of speech or related to grammar per se in the GATE GATE general aptitude section would be very easy, and it will take much lesser time than the amount of time that you need to spend on your technical questions. So the obvious question that must be coming now is, so what are those parts of speech in the English language and how many parts of speech are there? So as I had said, the parts of speech are essentially nothing but the different words that are used in the English language, and based on the functions or the roles that different types of words play in any sentence, accordingly those words are put in the category of the different parts of speech. The very interesting and exciting part about learning parts of speech is that often you will find that the same word used in so many different sentences can actually play the role of different types of parts of speech. That is, the same word can be an adverb in a particular sentence, it can be an adjective in another sentence, the same word can be a noun in a particular sentence, sometimes it can be a verb in another sentence, the same word can be a helping verb in one sentence, it can be a main verb in another sentence. And as we understand each and every part of speech, we will realize how interesting and exciting to learn it is, and of course it directly helps in getting all the important exam related questions in verbal correctly, the verbal part of general aptitude correctly and quickly. So what are those parts of speech and how many are there? There are essentially 8 parts of speech in the English language, which are described as verbs, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. We are going to now start studying, discussing examples and understanding the different complexities or the different rules as well as exceptions for each of the parts of speech, and we will understand how they are effectively used in different types of sentences. Apart from that, we are also going to discuss the different questions that have appeared in previous years' GATE exams that are directly related to these parts of speech. So essentially, this begins the very important second section of our entire segment on verbal issues, or the section of verbal understanding, which appears in the GATE exams and other competitive exams, wherein we concentrate on the grammar part. In previous segments, you would have seen that we had discussed the first important part of the English language, or for that matter any language, which is words. What do the words mean? Then what are similar sounding or opposite sounding words? How are words formed? Now we move on to the next level, that is the next building block of a language, which is how are sentences formed. And sentences are formed only when a correct meaning comes out, and the correct meaning can only come out when there is proper, accurate, effective grammar used. And effective grammar means understanding and using the correct form or parts of the speech in a sentence. So you will find, I hope you find the coming sections on different parts of speech really interesting, and you learn directly and accurately for what is required for your future exams and other purposes. Thank you.